Oscar-winning actor Nicolas Cage has battled terrorists, drug dealers, prisoners, even himself during his long and varied career. But in his new film, Knowing, he may have met his toughest adversary yet, Mother Nature. I'm very pleased to say Nicolas joined us live from his hotel in central London. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting us into your hotel room.
Yes, I wish I could be with you in the studio, but with crosstown traffic and all, I guess I had to stay here.
Now, we're delighted you could be with us live at all, Nicolas. It really is fantastic to have you on the show this morning. It's an interesting question that's raised by the film, whether life is preordained or just a series of random occurrences. Tell us a little bit about the film. I was able to see it yesterday, but anybody that is interested in seeing it, what can they expect?
Well, I see it as an intelligent science fiction thriller with a very human story between a father and a son. A little bit of everything. This movie begins with the revealing of a time capsule which has a list of numbers that were put in the capsule 50 years ago, and the numbers correspond with disasters that have occurred and are about to occur, with the amount of people who are going to be hurt by these disasters and the latitude and the longitude. I'm a man of science in the movie, and at first I can't conceive of all this. I think it must be a prank, but then it turns out to be the case, and I feel my son is somewhat in danger as a result of this and in the middle of it, so I'm trying to protect him.
I think for me, Nicolas, particularly it was the thriller aspect of it and the action scenes that were just really terrifying and compelling. We're going to have a quick look at some of the highlights from the film, and then we'll chat some more about that. This is Knowing. It really is. There are some extraordinary moments in it, and actually some very scary moments. And that, as you pointed out, it's that relationship between the father and son. And it leaves you with that question at the end of the film, how far would you go to protect your child? I mean, I'm a parent myself, so I was sort of wondering, racking my brains with how far I'd be able to go. You're a dad too. Did that sort of inform your approach to the film?
Well, it did. You know, I have the life experience, the emotional resources to play John Kessler, and that was really what my life was. It was my older son and myself. It was the two of us. I was in a situation where I found myself to be a single father. I've seen a lot of movies with single mothers and their children, and I think that's excellent, and I do believe that families should try to stay together, but it's not always the case, and for those of us who found ourselves in this situation, I was hoping that Knowing would provide an archetype where you can see that family dynamic of single father and son, and that it can work to encourage these people who may be feeling some opposition that because they're a man they can't raise a kid.
Yeah, there's a lovely chemistry between you and your on-screen son as well. I need to talk about the effects in the film, Nicolas, because I think, to be fair, for me, they're some of the most extraordinary and the best ones I've ever seen. Particularly the plane crash and the train crash. Those scenes are brutal and terrifying and quite mesmerizing. Have you been impressed by them as well?
Yes, I have, and I have Alex Proyas, the director, to thank for that. Alex is a visionary. He literally paints these images. He's not like anybody else. You can tell right away that this is a signature director because of how beautiful and terrifying he can make these images look. The plane crash sequence is interesting because that was one shot after the effect of the plane where I'm running to try to save these people who are genuinely on fire. They're stunt people, and I took it personally for none of them to get hurt. I felt that I was responsible, so if I made a mistake, we had to go back to the beginning and light these people on fire again. Well, that made me incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so when you see the movie, if I look scared, it's because I really am.
I bet they were quite uncomfortable as well, seeing as you were having them relit.
Yeah.
Obviously, the film has opened brilliantly out in the States. It's taken a lot of money, which is great, and it must be great for you to know that it's being received well. But I understand that you're a bit of an adrenaline junkie in your own life. Is it true that you're after a hang gliding license, Nicolas?
Well, it is true that is my intention. I'm currently in production, and there's no way I'll ever get the insurance to allow me to go hang gliding right now. But my dream, when I get some time off, is to become a hang gliding pilot. I understand that there's a man in Switzerland in the Alps who he can teach you in 2 weeks to become a pilot. So yes, I would love to do that. I think it's among the most beautiful thing that a person can do.
Well, that would be awesome. I hope you find that man and you get a chance to meet him, and the insurance allows you to have a go at it, Nicolas. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know how busy you are, and best of luck with this film. It really is quite an extraordinary film.
Thank you for having me on your show. Take care.
Absolute
Cheers.
pleasure. That man in Switzerland's going to be very busy now, isn't he?
He is. He's probably thinking,
do you think you can Google him? Swiss man, hang gliding.
Swiss man, hang glide, yeah. Try it, we'll try it.